Hello and welcome back to the Summoner's Guide to Final Fantasy XIV, the final part of the level 50 series of instances. After this, we're going to be getting into Heavensward content, higher level dungeons, higher level abilities, where you're really going to start to see Summoners shine. But in the meantime, we've got a dragon to worry about, and a very unique encounter. So here's how this encounter works. The dragon is going to try to get to the gates of the city of Ishgard. You don't want him to do that. So, basically, the rules on this guy are very much different. We're going to be trying to take this guy down, but he has a lot of HP. So, for the most part, we're going to be standing off to the side so that we don't get stomped on him by those massive feet. But there are also other ways to take him down that are going to do a lot more damage. Those two cannons back there, hopefully we'll have people man the cannons. Otherwise, I might have to go back and man the cannons. It's not as important to man the cannons now as it was back in the day, but it can be very helpful to do a little more damage to him. Again, they've nerfed this guy considerably, so he's not nearly as much of a challenge as he used to be. Now he's really more annoying than difficult. I know people generally don't like to get this instance. I can honestly say I'm not a big fan of getting this instance in the roulette, but you know, you gotta clear this to get through to get to the Heavensward story, so you know what you're gonna do. So really, we're doing a pretty good job. He hasn't gotten through the first gate yet, and we're already got him down to 85%. Each gate represents 25% of the dragon's progress. So kind of a good rule of thumb is you want to have him down to 75%. Well, ideally, you'd like to have him down to 75% past the first gate. But past the first gate, there are a couple of ways to really knock off big chunks of his health. So as long as you've got him down to about 80 or so by the time he passes the first gate, you're in good shape. And he's going to take some time to destroy the cannons. So you're going to have plenty of time, even if you don't use the cannons, to whittle him down. See, he hasn't even taken down the first gate yet, and we've got him down a quarter of the way. So you can, at this point, beat him simply by attacking him normally. That said, I would still advise trying to use some of the other ways to whittle him down just to make it faster. And we'll get to those when we get into the second section of this track. Alright, so he's taken down the first ward. There's going to be more cannons to worry about. But on this section, there's also a tower. You can see that tower in the distance? That tower has with it a very powerful device called a Dragon Killer Cannon, which can be shot once to deal massive damage. Which begs the question, is anybody going to man it, or should I go up and do it? Uh-oh. Pet went down, and I'm gonna get hit by a nasty attack. Oh, we're in great shape, and I'm gonna get hit bad. Alright, is anybody climbing the tower? I can't see the tower from here. I hope somebody's climbing the tower. Alright, if you are up at the tower, and on the dragon killer cannon, this is the time to fire it. I don't know that anybody's up there. I should have gone up to the tower. Oh well. The tower would, if you're going up to the tower and firing the dragon killer, does make the fight a lot faster. But as we can see, it's really not absolutely necessary. Though I still probably should have climbed the tower. I could not see if anybody had gone up there. Now, it used to be when this fight first came out, you had to use the cannons and you had to use the dragon killer. There is no way you could do enough damage to the boss to kill it otherwise. But between improved gear for everybody and the fact that they actually did nerf this fight considerably, it's now no longer necessary to use those mechanics to win the fight. As you can see, we haven't been, and yet we're still going to beat this guy easily. But if you are trying to play this legitimate, there's another dragon killer here in this third section, and another one in the final section. However, to use the dragon killer on this particular, on those two sections, you gotta wait till he gets into position, and he'll do a massive AoE attack. At which point you need to activate two towers that are next to the first set of cannons, called the snares. Once you activate both snares, it will tie the dragon down, and only then will you be able to use the cannon on it. Now again, that doesn't apply to the first dragon killer. The first dragon killer, you'll hit him easily enough. But this one, yeah, like right now is when you would need to use the snares. And then if you use both snares, it ties him down, and then whoever's on the tower uses the dragon killer cannon. But again, we're not actually doing the mechanics in this fight, because it doesn't look like we actually need to. The other thing I did not mention is if you die in this encounter, you can release and return right back to the beginning of the instance and then just run back into position. You don't need to have a healer resurrect you in this particular fight. Alright, so now all three of the boards are gone and we are in the last section. But we almost have him beat, so it really doesn't matter. So again, this is a fight that used to be extremely difficult, now it's merely annoying. But with that, the 2.x, i.e. a Realm Reborn content is now complete. We just have a little bit of story to go, and then it's off to Heavensburg. So, until then, have a wonderful day.